You'll be sick of seeing this guitar. This is my wee TERADA, which I've gone to the next level of making it fixed. So the top was sunk in it. I got this at the blochairn market. The top was sunk in, and basically there's a brace on the inside there, and it was separated off. So what I did was I got wood glue, covered and wet it, and you caressed it into the bit that was missing with my fingers, and then clamped it up from the inside with a plank of wood along the top. Did it the first time, and it I didn't clamp it well enough. Did it the second time, and it stuck. So I've shaved the saddle down a little bit, and I've been at the truss rods. I've now got the action down to 2.5 mils, so which is what an acoustic's meant to be. And I'm really enjoying this wee acoustic. I reckon I've probably played this guitar more than I played acoustic guitar last year. It's a really nice size. It's F for focus and F202. I haven't actually. I need to take a picture of it. FL202. TERADA, Japan. Apparently early 70s because it's got a 0 fret, but I don't know. I don't even know. I can't tell whether it's a solid top or not. I doubt it. It does seem to be spruce though. It looks like my Yamaha's, and it's quite well sunk in. You know, it's like the back and sides are kind of like plywood. You know what you'd expect, whereas the top seems to be higher grade plywood, or maybe it is a solid top. I don't know. But it sounds fantastic and it plays really well. And I'm actually going to take it to download. My problem has always been with acoustics. It's like great playing the open chords, but when you play bar chords and stuff, your hand gets sore and it's always really difficult. You can't play them as loud. And I think just because I've been playing the bass quite a lot and just playing the guitar an awful lot, I can now play an acoustic up here. And it's like, yeah! So I'm not stuck with the open chords like I always used to be. And we're probably going back 10 years since the last time I really actually played acoustic properly. But I'm now realising I can just play anything on it, and there is something about it. My pal Ronnie's into guitars of this type, and you know, the thing is that acoustics are always a little bit boring and stuff like that, but you do get older ones. I mean, this is like an old 70s one, and it'll have stories to tell, and it's a bit cool, and something getting something really cheap as well kind of makes it a bit more special. You know, I mean, if I paid 500 quid for it, would I like it as much? I don't know. 500 quid's not even that expensive for an acoustic. It's just that whole, there is the danger of actually having to try and physically fix it. You know, things like replacing tuners, easy enough, but you know, it's like on an electric you could just bolt on other bits from pretty much everything, whereas an acoustic it's a bit more daunting. I do think I want to watch with this one though. This is way too good a guitar to take to download, but we'll take it anyway. And I even put a strap button on it. This is my guitar, I can do that. It kind of sounds better when you're sitting down. I don't know if it's maybe something to do with it. I don't know, it seems dead ringy. And I'll go for it again. See, once I'd fixed the top, I went back over it, polished the frets with my pal Dave. You ever seen this type of wire wool? I was like, no. I've got the normal stuff, and it's like, try a bit of this. I've got tons of it. It's like, I'll make your frets so shiny you won't believe it. And it's like, yeah, totally. So that was like last week, and then I was like, I'll try that on this. And my God, does it make the frets shiny? Like much more than I've been doing it. So I really need to polish all my guitars now and get them up as shiny as they are on this. There's a real dynamic range in acoustics, which I've been kind of missing out on a little bit, I think. You know, it's like kind of the ability, rather than trying to, I'm a big one for trying to do bits of music on the guitar that maybe a lot of them maybe not necessarily the actual guitar part. You know, kind of trying to take the best bit of the bass line or the best bit of the synth line and play it while playing the guitar part kind of thing. I think an acoustic's very well suited to that. It's a different sort of thing you can do. You can kind of make up for the drums a bit and play bits of the bass, and you know, I'm quite liking it. And the whole being stuck, you know, it's like I've said before with, you know, a guitar like that where you've got one single coil pickup. It's like, oh, you get no, all you've got is a volume, and you end up using the volume and the way you play to make different sounds. And on an acoustic, you don't have any sound. Okay, you can. Obviously, I'm thinking about putting a pickup and stuff in this, but it's survived since the 70s, 50 years without a pickup, so it'll probably be all right. I really like. It's got a nice, pleasant sound to it. To be actually honest, I actually really enjoyed the wee Gretsch, which I've got for sale just now. The wee Sweethearts of the Rodeo one. It's smaller than this, and it's good fun as well. But this, I don't know. It's 50 years old, so it's got a certain feel, a certain colour, that just makes it feels old. And I'm not going to say it's been well looked after, but it's been used well. I mean, if you look at the, like, behind where the A minor is, there's a big massive gouge in the fretboard there. I did oil the fretboard quite a bit, but you know, it's well worn. The frets aren't too bad. Even down there, there's a wee bit of, you know, round about the cowboy chords. 3 of the tuners are missing. I'm assuming that the silver tuners are the original ones, and then they've been replaced with those actually pretty cool looking black ones. Obviously, when I first got this guitar, I was like, I'll fix that and I'll replace the tuners. And it's like, actually, I kind of like having the odd tuners. It's quite cool. I did have to replace this. I don't think it had any pins. It had a couple of screws. It had a dowel rod. People had made it, but it had been made to work, and the strings that were on it were, I can't remember how many strings it had. Like 5 or 6. But they were totally varying in age. Some of them were like black, like totally 30 years old, and some of them were old bronze ones, and some of them were old nickel ones, and there was one shiny one, and you're like, aye. But I don't know when it broke. I bet you it's not played. I bet you I've played more stuff above the 3rd fret on this guitar than probably has ever been played in its life. I've been played quite a lot. You wonder when you're playing acoustic, what acoustics ever get played up here? Well, I wonder why. These frets have maybe never been played ever. So, and another thing is, as I said there, but after I'd gone back and polished the frets and all the fingerboard, I'll give it a proper clean as well. So I got the pledge out for the back and the sides, so it's now pure super shiny. And honestly, it makes such a difference to the acoustic, it being clean. See, because it's all vibrating, and this always used to happen to me before. It's like, you know, if an acoustic's kind of gone that sort of matte colour just from dirt, it's brighter and more resonant after you've polished it. It is. I don't know what kind of strings I put on this, but they're rusty already and they've only been on it a week. I think I prefer the, you know, you get 2 different types of acoustic strings. You get the sort of bronze ones, and then you get the sort of goldy ones. I think the goldy ones are much brighter. The bronze ones are more for a mellow tone, which I think that's what I put on this. I've also had a wee bit of a thought of maybe, see the idea of putting electrics in it. What it would give me, it would be nice to have the ability to use the loop pedal. I did actually used to have that plugged into it, so I could sit and plug, and you know, put a rhythm track in and lead over the top of it. I've not actually been using the loop pedal as much recently as I do normally. think I've got better at blethering on the guitar. I've got better at just not actually playing anything specific at all and just continuing, just going. Trying to find things. See, I could just sit and twiddle away, which is basically this is what I've been doing the last couple of days. And want to try to play things. Try to play things using the open E and the open A and. So as I was sitting there with, I keep getting distracted by playing this guitar. It's got a strange, I think maybe I'm getting a little bit of the immediacy of an acoustic. As in playing electric guitar, pick up the guitar, turn on the amp, plug the electric into the amp. This is play acoustic guitar, pick up guitar, you are playing it. Especially when you don't even have to stand up, put the strap on, it's just sitting down. It's like so the immediacy of it, so you can play the acoustic for 10 seconds and then put it back down again and that's fine. Whereas but talking about the pickups in a couple of guitars recently, I've been putting like a Strat neck pickup in here. Looks like a tele neck pickup in there might be quite cool, you know, and put the like controls up here. I don't know, I mean I've got like I was thinking I've got a Yamaha APX 900, like a really expensive one that's been smashed up, but it's got like a fancy pickup system in it, which as far as I'm aware I think it has like sensors that go in below the top, and it's got a piezo. I'm not sure about the piezo in this one because this has got like a different type of bridge from a normal one. Normally the saddle slots into a hole. This one it's a slot rather than being a hole with edges. So I'm not sure how easy it would be to get a piezo in there, and it's like for how often I would use it, you know. And then is that me just doing what I keep doing with like the wee I did with the wee red bass? Start off with, oh, this is great, cost a tenner, and then end up not being able to take it to download because it's worth too much money because I put all expensive stuff on and got it JPEG'd. Yeah. The thing is that this is another one of those annoying guitars though that I can't really sell it. If you know what I mean? It's like it's too good, but it's not worth very much money. I don't think. I mean, I don't even know. I don't even think it's worth £100. I mean, it's not like it's not like a collector's model in any way. It's just it doesn't even have binding on it. It's the cheapy one, but because it's sold in Japanese, it's got something. It's well built, which is the important bit, I suppose. TERADA knew what they were doing. But it's got that. I know so little about acoustics, not even really realising there were different sizes. I was always thinking you got like the Dreadnought, you got the Jumbo, the big round horrible looking Elvis one, and then I suppose you get parlour guitars, and what size is a piece of string? You can get acoustics in all shapes and sizes. I'm just not really very aware of this. Although I do remember my pal Chris had, his dad's Yamaha was this. So it would be a copy of a Martin something, not the Dreadnought one. But I mean, the Dreadnought is louder, but it's a slightly different one. That I think there's something to be said for if you were jamming with somebody regular, like there's probably an advantage to having this if he's got a Dreadnought and vice versa. Even though the Dreadnought would be louder, he doesn't have to play at full volume. Just a slightly different tone, timbre to it. It doesn't have the big boomy bass bottom, but it's not thin. It doesn't sound like a there's a tendency to sounds a bit like an ice cream tub with elastic bands on it. That kind of, remember them in primary school? Make a guitar using elastic. It doesn't have that, or this sort of toy thing going on. Not in this size. It's too harmonically rich. Also, I mean, the inside of this was totally full of fluff. I've kind of went in and tried to shake it about a bit. I stuck the hoover in, but I mean, I don't think the more I play it, the more bits of fluff is going to come out from in between the pores and stuff, and it'll get louder and better. I think that's what's happening, and this is playing infinitely. It's a completely different guitar than the one I bought 2 weeks ago. Everything about it, every slight improvement has just been like a bar. Whoa! That's what it got to. I kind of put strings on it, and I was like, right, okay, and it was fine. It was actually sort of playable with a sunk top. Then I had a wee shitty go at clamping, but couldn't wait to get it off, so I only left it a day. I left it like 3 days this time, and I was a bit more aware of what was going on. It's got a nice position where your forearm sits, even when you're playing it sitting down. It's just not quite as thick. I mean, a Dreadnought is probably only half an inch thinner than a Dreadnought, but it's a big difference. I think the shoulder's the same as it. I think it's got a small arse. Is that what it is? It's kind of like this bit here is smaller, but this bit here is exactly the same, so it kind of looks sort of stumpy. I think that might be a bit right, actually. I'm going to look it up. I'm going to take photos of it, actually, put it in one of the Japanese guitar fan clubs and see if there's any, because there aren't any Terada guitars. I know Terada did. I do have Terada guitars, but never actually just their own brand. These things are likely to have just been made for the Japanese market and then imported by somebody, as opposed to actually being like your official imports. Your Ibanez and CSL and Grant and all that. I think this might just have been. You might have been able to get this guitar kind of a couple of years later with Washburn on the headstock or something like that. I do believe it's Terada made my 2 Washburns, and they definitely made a lot of Ibanez. They were basically the acoustic plant for even all your Arias and stuff like that. Your Matsumoku basically made electric guitars, and yes, there were Matsumoku brands that made acoustics, but I think it was Terada that made them because they were the acoustic factory. But I don't know, because there's an awful lot of sort of subcontracting and all that sort of stuff going out. Mind you, there's not really that much to do with an acoustic. You just build it on its. You don't need a specialist to do the neck and the body. You just build them yourself, don't you? And it's got a really nice truss rod in the top, which I don't imagine is an original thing. That must be. I wonder if that's a Japanese improvement. Normally acoustic truss rods are there, but this one's it's not a. I have had, in fact, no, I bet you the Martin has this, because I've definitely had acoustics with fake truss rod covers on it, as in it's got a truss rod cover, but you open it up and the truss rod's still in here. There's just nothing in below it. Or maybe that's people putting them on themselves. I don't know. So you might be hearing a little bit more acoustic-y from me, because I'm really quite enjoying it. Dead easy. It's easier to get like a soft and pretty tone. But I mean, I was saying that recently, ever since I got the Corker, I've been kind of playing more clean anyway. with sort of acoustic-ish type sounds on the electric guitar rather than just being humbuckers and distortion. So I think that's maybe just part of this wee progression I'm going through. Maybe next I'll be playing slide or using a capo. In fact, I have actually started using a capo. It's not for playing though. I don't know. I've not played with a capo forever. I used a capo for see when I took the strings off this. It was quite handy being able to hold them onto the neck while I was messing about with the clamp. Oh, this capo's not big enough for this guitar. Oh, it doesn't do all the strings. Boston. Yeah, so what's the point of having a capo that doesn't do all the strings? Can't do that in an electric guitar. Sometimes just a bit of the D and A's. Playing Over the Sea. I didn't realise how good a song that was to play on acoustic guitar, thanks to Peg's arrangement of it. I didn't used to be able to play that. Yeah, so I'm hopefully going to be doing a live stream Sunday night. I know I've been off the last few weeks and then I've got downloads, so this will be first one. It's basically a practice to see how I'm going to be with drinking season. I haven't drank for 6 weeks or whatever it is. So if I pass out, I'll have to just have a sober downloads. It's like, oh, I'm not looking forward to that, but I will have an acoustic guitar. The plan is I'm taking far too many guitars, obviously, because you have to. But why take substandard stuff? I've always taken cheap nonsense, so I'm classing this as a good acoustic. The wee blue bass, which has had a wee bit of a paint job, and I'm going to take the Yamaha ERG as well, because I kind of, to be honest, forgot I had it, and it's just such an amazing guitar. This and the Roland Cube is just like an excellent, not a, oh that'd be great for sitting at the tent. I'm talking about that. That's like a pure, no, that's fine for me this evening, regardless of where I am. I'm quite happy having that. And the same with the wee bass, with the bass cube, and the same with this guitar. They're all ones I want to play. Which is different from normally when you go for a jam with other people. It's like, you can have that one, that bass I don't like, and you can have that guitar I don't like as well, whereas this one it's like, no. So I'm going to be getting stuck with whatever, whether I'm playing bass, electric or acoustic, I'm going to be playing a guitar that I really like. Maybe play some ABBA. I need to try and get Disco Blind going at the campsite here. I remember that one. It's just you just get a hold of the bar chord. It's all open strings. In the wrong key there, of course. Okay, so there's my wee 5-minute acoustic video. See you later.